Hey guys, today I'm gonna reveal something special, a winning strategy for free-for-all. It's actually not rocket science, but it's a validated strategy and I can assure you that it's gonna work for you regardless of your trophy level. It doesn't matter if you're on 100 trophies or 1k trophies, it's still gonna work, and it's gonna work on all three available free-for-all maps. I mentioned heroes, and for Jabali, Iris, Chemist, it's a bit tougher because of the nature of these heroes. For those, I would recommend playing something else, but for every other hero, this strategy is perfect. To give you a heads up, I'm gonna talk about map awareness, setting your path, and knowing your enemies. If you follow this strategy, I can assure you that you're gonna be in the top 3 90% of your free-for-all games. Except if you're super unlucky, because it happens to me as well sometimes that I'm just, it just doesn't work out. So I mentioned map awareness and setting your path, so basically having a strategy on how to move on these maps. First, you gotta know where to find the health packs. That's pretty straightforward because you need to constantly heal yourself in order to regain health and enter the battles, the one-on-one engagements with full HP. Second, it's good to know where the spawn points are. It's like not an absolute, must-have knowledge, but still it's good to know where the enemies may or may not pop up. Spawn points are not just important to know where the enemies are gonna pop up, but also you need to be prepared. If an enemy pops up, then for a couple of seconds you won't be able to damage them, and thereby they're gonna have an advantage in that engagement. You need to have like a backup plan on where to run or where to hide if somebody is spawning in front of you. From my experience, I can tell you that you're gonna respawn on the point where the least action is happening. So let's assume, there's some fight going on here and also in the center and somewhere here, then most likely you're gonna be respawned at this point. Okay, let's assume this is your starting point, okay? And you gotta decide into which direction you wanna run, because the idea of the strategy is to keep running, to be on the move continuously. What you can do is to have a sneak peek just into the center area to see if there are any enemies which you can instantly shoot. But if there's nobody around, or if enemies are behind the walls, just keep running, okay? Before we move on, the whole idea is based on the concept that if you are on the move, then there is a less likeliness of enemies killing you from the back or shooting you from the side. So you just keep running in that circle and pick up the health packs. Even if you're not missing too much HP, don't miss them, because otherwise the enemy is gonna pick them up. So if you keep running, even if somebody comes from the center, most likely you're not gonna be there anymore. And you just gotta keep moving, okay? And anytime you enter these areas, like open spaces, where you can getting attacked from different angles, like from the center or from here, or even from the second floor, be cautious, be mindful that it can happen, and even if you engage a fight, try to keep moving towards the side of the map or next to the wall, because if you do that, like if you run to the wall here, then those players who are in the center or on top or second floor, they are gonna lose line of sight. They're not gonna be able to hit you. Okay, you may ask what to do if, let's say, you pick up this health pack here and then you keep running, and then instantly you see somebody standing in front of you, and even there may be another enemy coming out of the portal. So what you want to do is to try to find a safe spot here, let's say, because most likely nobody is gonna come from behind, since you've been there like 2 seconds ago. And within this spot you can kind of shoot these enemies down and then just keep running. I know that by now this seems to be a bit messy, but I hope it was easy to follow. So let's check why I don't recommend you to be in the center area. It can be very tempting to enter the center area, especially if you see multiple people fighting here. Let's assume we're coming from here. You check the center area and you can see that there's some fight going on. So So what you do is that you instantly start shooting at the enemies, but sticking to the movement, you're gonna just for 1 second stay here in the entrance and then try to stick to the wall, because you just simply don't want to stay in that center area. And why? The question is why. So what can happen? There are multiple entrances, so all of the players may think that, hey, I'm gonna check the center. So you have 4 different angles at the bottom floor where you can randomly see enemies popping up. Also, we have the second floor, and we know that many players, snipers, love to just hide themselves on the second floor and then shoot enemies from there. And same applies to the bridge we have in the middle. So being in the center is not ideal. Again, it's tempting if you can do some easy kills, you know, just hop into the center and then again go back to your original route, which you can continue. One thing though, so if you come out of the center, you need to evaluate which is gonna be the better route, so turning to the left or turning to the right. Let's check the other maps. On the Pinata map, this here in the middle could be considered as a center. On this map, it's even more important to avoid this center area, because there are so many places to be, you know, killed from, that it's just impossible to keep your eye on everything that's around you if you are staying in the center. So absolutely avoid the center on this map. Just quickly going through the route, let's assume this is you, then this is the path you want to run. Like there, and then health pack again, health pack, and then you finish the circle. Obviously there are exceptions, let's say you are running into an enemy, then you're not gonna just run, you know, just for the sake of running forward. You're gonna stop here for a second, shoot the enemy, and then going back to your path. On this map, there's one extra thing you need to pay attention to. So we have the tower here, and most of the snipers and even Gloria Mark love to use this spot to kill enemies from above. So while you are running, make sure to just quickly check if somebody is up in the tower, okay? On the gym park, it's pretty much the same. So you want to avoid being here in the center, because there are just so many entrances, you know. And if you just stay for a long time here in the middle, then most likely you're gonna get shot in the back. Another thing regarding this map, that here you have a pretty big open area. So with heroes that are close range, you don't want to stay here for long. Or you can actually utilize this area only, and then when you get to this point, you just turn around and run back, and then avoid being in this big open space. So at the beginning I said that with Jabali, Iris and Chemist, this is not the ideal strategy, but we didn't really talk about Osas and Hualing, the 2 snipers, what to do with them. Still, the basic idea applies. You should be being on the move, running around, but there are some sweet spots. So you can stand for a second here to check if there are any enemies in the distance you can shoot from here, but be cautious because you cannot stay for too long. So this would be the second spot where you can stay for a moment. If you're confident that nobody is going to shoot you from the back, you can stay here for a while, for a couple of seconds, to check if you have any easy targets here or eventually here. It's not ideal though, because we have a respawn point here as well, so they can easily surprise you by, like, you know, just popping up here while you are trying to shoot somebody down, let's say here. So on the Pinata map, what you want to do with the snipers is to stick to your path, so going round and round, but sometimes just utilizing the tower to see if there are any easy kills. So you jump up to the tower and then you do a little circle. If you see somebody, you can obviously shoot them, but then escape. Just jump down, because as soon as the enemies realize that you're up in the tower, then most likely they're gonna try to attempt to hunt you down while you're on top. This applies not just to Hualing and Osas, you can also do it with Gloria, Mark, Hunter, and basically all the heroes which allow you to kill enemies from the distance. But on the other hand, with Shell and Aletta, it doesn't really make sense to jump up to the tower. Exception would be if you see that like 2 people are on top and you just, go for the easy kills. You jump up, you kill them, and then you instantly jump down and hide yourself. I think out of these three free-for-all maps, the space station is the least ideal for snipers like Hualing and Ossas, because the only thing they can do is to utilize the second floor and then try to hunt enemies down from here. But again, it's easy to spot them, and they can be easily being shot from behind. So even if you're doing that, be cautious. Like, you stand here for a second, you check if you have any enemies from the distance, and then you just keep running. Don't stay on the same spot, because heroes like Aletta, Shell, Diggy and such, they're gonna know that you're trying to hunt them down from top. And after you killed them already once or twice, they're gonna try to chase you down. So keep staying on the move, just do your circles, and sometimes you can stop, you can run up to the second floor and then check if there are any enemies, then continue just running round and round. Alright, we are done with the movement, but there's even more. You gotta understand your enemies. So on the loading screen on the left hand side, you're gonna see the real players with the frames, and on the right hand side you're gonna have the bots. And also you can check their names. There are some common bot names like Sadness and Nickname and whatever. After a while you're gonna instantly realize that, oh, this is a bot. It's easy to recognize the movement of bots, and therefore it's also easier to kill them. How does this impact your game style? So if you have 2 players and 3 bots, then the 3 bots are gonna be your easy targets, and you wanna hunt them down as many times as you just can. The 2 players are gonna be the biggest competitors in that game. On the other hand, if they are picking or playing a hero which suits you and you can easily hunt them down, go for them as well. Then you don't need to differentiate players versus bots. Don't forget that free-for-all winner is gonna be the player, whoever gets 15 kills first. It doesn't really matter if it's an easy kill, if it's a bot or a player. Regardless of who you shoot, you're gonna score. And that's what you aim for. You want to achieve 15 kills as soon as you can. This brings me to the next topic. So if you in the loading screen see some tanks like Jabali and Victor, then instantly you gotta know that these are the players or enemies you want to avoid during the fight. You don't want to waste your time on killing Jabalis or Victors. So basically what I'm saying, you gotta know which are the heroes you can easily counter with the hero you are playing. And there's one extra tip: keep your eye on the leaderboard, check who's on top, and try to hunt those people who are currently having the most kills. So guys, now is the time to validate everything I said by jumping into a free-for-all with my Judex. I'm approximately at 600 trophies, and I think I'm gonna be lucky this time because I believe most of these are bots. Anyways, let's get started. Ragdoll, I'm sure that's a bot. And Shell, I think it's also a bot, but let's see. I hear some footsteps. Okay, easy kill. Again, if you see somebody fighting here, then obviously you want to go for the free kills. Wasn't my kill. And the only reason why I shot this Jabali is because he was on low HP, otherwise I would have just run to the next target. Guys know I'm playing with auto fire off. Judex is not really ideal for auto fire off, but this is what it is. I'm gonna stick to that. Somebody is right next to me. Oops. Okay, it's Shell. I changed direction, so I was running to the right and now I changed direction. It's always, if it makes sense to change the direction, just do it. Somebody just jumped up to the tower, so I'm gonna quickly check. Yeah, it's the Jabali. This doesn't make sense to hunt him. And since with Judex you can shoot enemies from the distance, it makes sense to jump up, just run a quick circle. And if there's somebody to shoot at, then kill the enemy and then jump down again. Sindri is gonna hunt me down with that hat, so I need to escape. I'm trying to escape to get to the next health pack. No, she's just right here, but I wanted to pick up a health pack and then just continue my journey round and round. Anyways, let's see to their shell. Sindri again. Oh, why I'm not hitting them? I think she's now blinded. Get away, freaking head. Oh my gosh. Okay, could be better, but still, you know, the aim is always to finish in the first 3. Even, you know, if you're third, you're gonna still keep getting trophies, and you're gonna be higher and higher. I always hated to play against Sindri. At least I could steal a kill from her. Shooting the Taletta. Somebody's here again. If you see somebody fighting, it's always nice to join a fight, just to hunt, you know, do the killing blow. Because, you know, it's unfair, especially if it happens with you, if they just steal your kill. But that just happens here. Okay, this time, you know, if a tank is on low HP, again, it makes sense to try to kill them, but I'm just losing time. I'm just losing my time here. Again, I should have not bothered with Jabali and then just run to the next target. Sindri in front of me. Good. Again, picking up the heal, and here's Jabali again. Jabali bot. Doesn't make sense to fight him. If he's turning around because he spots another enemy, then yes, but otherwise, you know, it just doesn't make sense. He's gonna even kill me. He almost killed me. Thank you for the free kill, Mark. You just ran into my fire. There was somebody here at the other side of the tunnel. I think I saw someone for a tiny second. Oh, where is everybody? Now is the time to jump up to the tower. Just have a quick look. Maybe I can kill Sindri from the distance. Ah, that would have been a nice shot if I land this. Somebody is attacking from behind. I need to escape, secure my... Ah, no! What a bad spawn for me. What a bad Sindri spawn for me. Actually, Mark saved my life. Actually, Mark was the one saving me. And still I'm on the run, trying to survive here. Actually survived. But there you go. Again, this freaking Jabali here. Get away. Get away, Jabali. I don't want to fight you. I'm still, you know, trying to pick up a health pack, you know, for almost a minute now. And there you go, I have my health pack. Somebody is above me. I'm going to just check them. Okay, I think I can fight that Mark easily. There you go. And one final kill. Could be Sindri here on top. And this is it. So I was trying to follow the strategy I shared with you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Give it a try and send me feedback on what you think. And if you didn't already, now is the time to subscribe to the channel, like the video so it can spread, and see you in the next video. Bye.